Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Dannphan live time, and happy Friday, people. Ooh, look at that. The sun's coming out outside. Perfect timing, because you know how the lighting can be, especially during these types of rainy, windy days. But it's actually quite nice outside, temperature-wise, at least. So yeah, happy Friday, everyone. How you guys doing? You know, I had this candle set up just to see if it could give me some, like, I don't know, interesting light. I got a tip from someone. He said, yeah, try lighting a candle. It could give you some more natural light. But I don't know if it's actually making much of a difference. What do you guys think? So, I actually do have some things that I would like to talk about on this live stream today. You know, usually when it comes to these types of live streams, I'll mostly just read the chat and occasionally bring up some topics. But there are actually quite a few things that I would consider making videos about later, but would also like to talk about now. You know, the blue light is overpowering. Yeah, it is. Oddly enough, the only type of blue light is really just coming from outside, and this one lamp. I mean, that light's yellow. That light's yellow. I guess when you smash them together, maybe it just evens it out. So I did want to talk about the fixing of the Sonic art thing that happened on Twitter recently. It's such a stupid story, but that's not the reason I didn't make a video about it. The reason I didn't make a video about it was just because the person who started the controversy had apologized. And at that point, like, I'm not gonna fucking gang up on somebody who already said that they were sorry and that they, you know, were just being stupid online, because they're probably a teenager. Let's be real. They're probably just some snotty kid. I just mean, like, snotty in the sense that they're all snotty. They all have snot. I don't know. But yeah. So the big thing was that some Japanese artist, I believe they were Japanese, drew human versions of the Sonic main characters, like they did Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and they made them all look Asian, white, you know, light-skinned. And then somebody else did the classic fixing of the art. Cool. So what they did was they fixed it by just taking the art. They didn't draw their own art, but they took the art and then they just colored in Knuckles to be darker, and then they accused the artist of being racist because they drew Knuckles with light skin as a human, which is super stupid. Even if they were race-bending Knuckles, which they weren't, because his race is echidna. You know, I'm sorry about the spammer, guys. Usually I have a mod in the chat to stop people from doing that. I don't think I can do it from StreamYard, but maybe I can. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out later. Anyway. So, yeah, they encouraged all these people to, like, bag on this poor random Sonic fan because they drew human versions of an echidna as being light-skinned. Yeah, it's so stupid, right? I don't even know why exactly they thought that Knuckles as a human should just automatically be dark skinned to begin with. I think from what I heard, they assumed that Knuckles was supposed to be Jamaican because they like interpreted his quills as looking like dreads, so therefore he should be black. But yeah, if you're older than a teenager and you know some stuff about Sonic lore, you know that the idea behind Knuckles is that he's Australian. I mean, you know, further on down the line, they decided that the Sonic characters weren't even on Earth. They were on their own little planet, but the idea has always been that he's like Australian because echidnas are Australian. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do remember reading that somewhere at least. But it doesn't matter either way, like what human race he is, because that's up to an artist's interpretation. That's up to the artist to interpret what their race would be as a human. And that's not even like the only time when an artist has drawn the Sonic characters as being human. I mean, it's just something that was so blown out of proportion. The idea that you would call somebody racist over that, it's just silly. And, you know, of course they must have realized that it was silly. They saw like all the people talking about the controversy and being like, hey, this is stupid. I can't believe that you would call an artist racist over that and trash their name while also stealing their art. It's, you know. Anyway, they must have realized after all that backlash that like they were wrong, because they did apologize about it. But there are still people online that are like, no, you were right. Like once they put that thought out there into the Twitter sphere, Twitter was like, yeah, Knuckles should be black as a human. I don't care what race you draw this fucking echidna as. Stop trying to make that a thing where like you have to draw it a certain way when you're doing your own interpretation of what a human Knuckles would look like. Thanks for the donation, Maverick Christian. I offended that Sonic is Caucasian. He should clearly be one of the Blue Man group. There you go. We're creating new canon for what the human versions of Sonic characters should be. Great. Now, for the record, even if they were race changing a character, which, you know, they weren't, I don't care. I don't actually care about race changes if it's fan artists doing it. If you want to take a character and draw them like, oh, what would they look like as a different race? I don't care. I actually do not care. Oh my gosh. It's like, that's what Blacktober is. That's what everyone does for Blacktobers. They just take a character and make them black. And you know what? I don't care. A lot of their interpretations are kind of cool sometimes. I mean, I'm not going to hold the flag up and cheer you on as you change the race of characters, but I don't care if you do it. It's fan art. It's your own art. You can draw however you want. You can draw whatever character however you want. Doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with me. I don't know why people gotta get upset about that stuff. Don't remind me of Blacktober, but it's true. It's like the same people who do that type of stuff in Blacktober where they take white characters and turn them black. We're like on the side of the person calling the artist racist for drawing a human Knuckles who is light-skinned. And that's just silly. Yeah, that's the fun of fan art, exactly. Is that you just get to draw characters however you want. It's not legit. It's not like that's going to be canonized. So there's really no reason to get upset over it. You're just seeing different interpretations. But, you know, I guess I don't know. So the whole fixing art culture clearly gets out of control in a lot of different places. So now I hear that a lot of Japanese users on Twitter are saying that they're either going to be leaving Twitter, or, you know, they're warning other artists about these crazy European and American audiences on Twitter who are attacking a lot of Asian artists who dare draw a character light-skinned. And it's like another thing is with the Nessa stuff. Apparently there are Asian, what was that Asian artist who drew Nessa as slightly lighter skinned, and people got up in arms about it, like, oh, you're whitewashing her. She's still not white. She still doesn't look white. She just looks slightly lighter. And, you know, the coloring in general is just different because they colored it themselves. They're not going to take an eyedrop tool and get the same exact colors from the original Nessa design when they make their art. They're going to do their own palette. That's just how it works. But even if it's a race thing, it's like, who cares? It's fan art, like I said before, you know? That's just how I feel about it. But I do feel bad for a lot of these Asian artists who are doing their own interpretations of characters, or who are using their own color palettes and making it somewhat lighter skinned. And they're getting all this flack from a lot of people from different cultures who just are intolerant of others. I mean, comes down to it, and it's basically what it is. Skin color changes depending on lighting anyway. It's true. I mean, different palettes are going to have different colors. That's just how it is. But yeah, Twitter's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And a lot of I don't know many artists out there who are a fan of the fixing art culture. A lot of them are very much against it because it's just flat out rude, for one thing. But then you also risk ruining an artist's career by falsely claiming, I might add, that they're racist or that there's something evil about them because their art was a certain way that you didn't like. It's like, it's art. It's different. It's different every time. It's what art is. It's different things. It's not going to all be the same. Oh, it's so crazy, man. But yeah, then there are these other artists who are not very famous, who will try to use the fixing art culture to get their own art out there. So these are people who will actually redraw popular characters or popular artists' stuff and fix it, basically trashing the original design. That design on the official anime sucks, but my redesign is so much better. I'm such a good artist. Please follow me and donate my Ko-Fi, Patreon, all this other stuff. And that's how they think that they're going to get to the top, by trashing other people's art. And to some extent, that might work. I mean, it's Twitter. There's a lot of people who are super into that. But you also look like an asshole. And it's just permanently online now that you are an asshole who trashes other people to get higher in life. And that's how people will know you as, because you did that. Now, I don't mind if people do those like redraw challenges. Like, you know how there was the Sailor Moon redraw? People were all contributing to redrawing that one screenshot in Sailor Moon. And they all had like super nice art, different interpretations. And none of them were doing that out of spite. None of them were doing that to fix the art in Sailor Moon. And there were race changes, by the way. There were also race changes for the Sailor Moon redraws. And for the most part, nobody cared. I didn't care. I don't know if you cared, but I didn't. The whole point was everyone was putting their own spin on this screenshot from Sailor Moon. And there's no hate towards the original art. There's no hate towards the original anime. They're just doing it for fun. I'm for that. I'm not for having all this spite geared towards the original art, the original artist, and saying that you're fixing their art by redrawing it in a more politically correct way. Especially if you're not even redrawing it. That's even worse if you just take somebody's art and edit it with like Photoshop. That's way worse, because then you're not even an artist. You're just an asshole who knows basics in Photoshop. But yeah. Yeah, all about the motives behind it. It's true. It's very true. But yeah, we can stop talking about Twitter now. I just wanted to rant about that for a short while. But yeah. So that the person for that specific controversy about the Sonic art, they apologized and they said, I'm not going to do that again. I would hope that they actually would be true to their word and don't do that again. Don't trash other artists just because you don't like their art. That's not nice. But yeah. Octopus King 1, thank you for the donation. How do we stop them? Well, really, the whole reason why it exists in the first place is because there's been this pressure of this type of social structure that's kind of been forced on them. They do it because they think that not only is it normal to do this, but it's a good thing to do this. Like, it makes them a good person to trash other people and get higher in life. Because, the idea is if you punch a random guy on the street and he's doing nothing wrong, you're a bad person. But if you punch a guy on the street who's like evil, you're a great person. So they'll swing at all kinds of different people, just hoping that the person that they hit is evil. They're trying their best to look for problems so that they can be the hero and get further in life. The real way that you change that mindset is you just change the culture. You have to have different expectations for the youth. It's like, I am the youth, so I don't know. I guess I'm not as young as these teenagers who are starting controversy. But yeah, I mean, my high school years, there were a lot of teachers who were not what I would call moral compasses in life. And God knows, when I have kids, I have to do some investigating into the school I send them to, because there are some teachers that I had that I would not want my kids to have. But yeah, it has to do a lot with influences, bad influences, and really just toxic culture on the internet. I hate using that word toxic, but it's the only word I can use and have people completely understand what I'm talking about. You got to change the culture to change people. You can talk to them all individually, but really, if you just reverse the peer pressure, for the most part, that solves the problem. The reason why this girl, or was it a girl? The reason why this Twitter person who started the controversy apologized is because they were getting pressure to apologize. they were getting all these comments that were saying, wow, you're such a mean person for trashing this artist just because they drew something that you didn't like. And, you know, obviously, I would not be for people harassing others into changing their mind. But the reason why she apologized is because there was that social pressure to apologize. The same would happen if, like, all of her followers or his followers just unfollowed them. That would be like a big push, big pressure on that person to apologize if all their followers left. Thank you for the donation, Matthew. When you get chance, favorite Easter candy? I usually buy chocolate bunny that I nibble on for months. Oh my gosh, my favorite Easter candy are those robin eggs. Those, you know, the Whoppers, but they look like little chocolate eggs. Oh my gosh, those are so freaking good. We bought a whole bag of them for like $1, but I made the mistake of sharing them. So the whole bag's gone now. Thank you once again, Octopus King. You are like father to me. Anytime. Oh boy. Always harass people. No, don't harass people. Bad. Really, I do think part of the reason why I didn't want to make a video about the person is because I do think that apologizing is the right thing to do. Not doing things like what they were doing is the right thing to do. And if you want somebody to know that was the right thing to do, it requires some positive reinforcement. So it's like, I'm not going to bag on you. I'm not going to tell people to go after you apologized. I wouldn't do it anyway. God damn it. I wouldn't do it anyway. But like, I'm not going to make fun of you on a video when you're trying to do the right thing. Because then I would just be an asshole. Right? It's like, we're all going to make mistakes in our life. That's fine. You just got to know when you made a mistake. Yeah. It's awkward. It's always awkward talking about these things live because I know that I'm going to like fumble my words and shit. How often do you draw? At least once a week. At least is in there. I should draw every day. That's what they say, right? But I do have some hand issues, hand, wrist, arm, elbow, everything in this section issues. So I don't draw as much as I want to draw per se. I mean, if it were up to me, I would just constantly be busting out comics by myself, man. I could do it. But yeah, I don't want to permanently damage my arm more than I've already damaged it. What type of art? Tablet. You know, I use one of those Huion things. How do you even pronounce them? Tablet. It's been pretty good to me so far. Which one of these? Aha. Oh, I have to share. Let's share a tab. Sorry. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. Aha. So I use this. That's me. That's what I use. And yeah, it's been pretty good to me. It's lasted for the past 4 years. I think 4 years. Ugh. Time just flies by. But yeah, I'm going to say roughly 4 years. It's been pretty good. I will say that my tablet pen has not been super great. No, I could do, but yeah, that's my pen. That's my shitty ass pen. It's just that the battery on the pen dies too quickly, and Sometimes the pen pressure doesn't work. But I mean, the tablet itself still works. It's not broken yet. So it's not that bad. You know what I mean? It could be worse. Whatever. I have a Wacom. Yeah, you know, I had a fan actually send me their old Wacom before I had the Huion. I hope that nobody bags on me for mispronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce things. You know that. You should know that if you follow me, that I don't pronounce things correctly. Sometimes it's on purpose, though, and sometimes you just don't get that I'm mispronouncing something on purpose. But most of the time, it's just because I'm stupid. But yeah, it works. That's all I ask, is that it works. The pen pressure thing is really annoying. It like kills me sometimes. I get murdered over pen pressure sensitivity. But if you just unplug it and plug it back in enough times, it'll work again. So you just gotta be patient is the real, that's the real thing. All right. So what else is news that I wanted to talk about? Oh, Marvel. Marvel has news. They're leaving Diamond, right? Marvel leaving Diamond. You see, DC left Diamond not too long ago, and now it looks like Marvel's doing the same thing. You guys have any opinions on that? Apparently, their new... let me find... No. Gross. Okay. Apparently, the new place they're going to for distribution is Penguin Random House. I hate that name. That's such a... I hate that name of that. Anyway. Because it's weird. I want to say Random Penguin House, but it's Penguin Random House. It's bizarre. That's a bizarre way to mash up two companies. All right, whatever. Marvel's going to them now to get their shit to stores. Oh, man. I'll be honest. I'm guilty. I haven't been at a comic book shop in a long time. I mean, part of it is because there were no comic book shops open for a long time. And then part of it is because it's a long-ass drive. And I don't know if they're going to be open when I get there, because some of them have, like, restrictive hours that they're operating on because there's no one going there and they're not doing super well business-wise. But, yeah, I'm sure when they implement the $15 minimum wage, poof, all Thanos snapped out of existence. They can't even stay open for the full amount of hours, then holy shit. But yeah, so Marvel going to Penguin Random House, and Diamond is both DC and Marvelous. Marvel less now. Oh God, I hate this website. They're already playing videos. Abort. Not interested anymore. I don't want to read your article if you play a video. The moment that any article automatically starts playing a video, fuck out of here. I ain't reading your shit. Think only comic Diamond published themselves were the Mickey Mouse comics. Run. Yeah, right? Comic book store has weird hours, never open when I have time. Yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult when they start mixing up their hours. But yeah, I'm more so interested in what Alterna is going to do with their distribution. It's like, yeah, I kind of saw Diamond eventually losing their monopoly. That's what happens, honestly. Oh, sorry. I saw this before, Garth, and I forgot to answer. Just wanted to ask, is possible we can still get a version copy of Orgasm Girl 1? I assume you mean a printed version. You can still buy Orgasm Girl. It's on the website. It's on burningstarcomics.net. You can buy it. It's not the printed version, though. It's just the PDF. I don't actually have a lot of printed copies left. And, honestly, a lot of them are dinged and dented. So there's a good portion that falls under that category. I don't think I'll be putting them up on the site, at least not anytime soon, because I have to reorganize a bunch of different things. But if you do want to read the comic, you can read it. It's on the website. You can download the PDF, or you can read it right on the website once you get through a paywall. So it's just, probably a lot easier if you just wanted to see. Comic book shops aren't common around here. I've got a few comic book shops near me, but all of them are consistently like 20 minutes away, which is like fine if I'm going out for other things. Like if I'm going out and stopping by multiple stores, it's fine to go on like a 20 to 40 minute drive. But if I'm just going to one comic book shop and I don't even know if I'm going to buy anything there, it's probably not worth the trip. But yeah, one of the things about the comic book shop that I was going to for a while, since I moved here, was that it was next to this really nice big mall. And, I'm a girl. We love malls, of course. So, I would go to the mall and then I would stop by the comic book shop. And it would just be easy because I could go places together. But I don't know if I think the mall's open now. It should be, right? All the other stores are open. You'd think that the mall would also be open. But yeah. Thank you for the donation, Mandatory Carrie. At work, can't stay, but play and hashtag keep fighting. Heck yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. I feel that. Also on gay Captain America. Well, Steve Rogers isn't gay, but they wanted to throw in new character to inherit the title for what was it, 4-issue miniseries? Who fucking cares? We all know that's not going to sell. It's like, whatever. Who even cares anymore? That's just Marvel being Marvel. Still waiting for the new Warriors. No, that got canceled, right? Man, I would have read it though, and that would be like the highlight of my day. It's just fucking laughing at the new Warriors. Oh my gosh. I wish they had printed that. I wish they had done it, man. I'd even go to Comixology to get that, and I hate Comixology. But if it were to do those silly new Warriors, I'd do it. Because that comedy gold, honestly. I did watch somebody else read the whole entire. What was that called? What was it called? It was like the teenage Batman in high school one. God damn it, I can't remember what it's called. But Gotham High. Gotham High. That was it. Gotham High. Yes, I watched Jay Longbone and a couple of her friends read through that. That was so fucking funny. That was great. Gold. Yeah, I could watch reviews of that all day long and hear some new, unique, interesting joke told about that series. Oh my god. But yeah, I was thinking about doing that for like New Warriors if it came out, but even Marvel's like, okay, this is too much. Even for us, this is too much. Yeah, I saw your boy Zach's video too. I saw them all. I think MJ did the Tanner twins also look. Yeah, I think they did. I think so anyway. It was all great. It was all great. Every single perspective on that comic was this was this new type of comedy about it. It was so good. So fucking good. It's too much. What else? What else is there to talk about? I hear there is a rumor that DC might be bought out. I don't know about that though. It might just be a rumor, but I don't know. I don't know how bad they were doing beforehand, or if they're looking for someone else to take over. You know, that would be interesting if someone else was making the decisions on DC. I'd like to see someone different handle it, but I don't know. Yeah, you're all asking bought by who. I only know about it because I saw a thumbnail for one of Clownfish TV's videos, and I won't watch their video on stream, obviously. But yeah, so there's a rumor that DC Comics are being sold to Robert Kirkman or Steve Geppi. That's what they say. So they tell me Disney IP should be broken up. Yes, obviously. Disney. Fucking Disney, man. They own too much shit. Rumor comes out every 6 months. Yeah, I figure that it's just a rumor, but it is also just interesting to imagine what it would be like if somebody else did take over DC. What else is new? I feel like I had more things to talk about, but nothing really comes to mind. Once I went on a whole rant about the Twitter Sonic nonsense, I think I burnt myself out, actually. Interesting. I just saw an article on bounding into comics. I don't know if you guys would be interested in it, but it seems like the story is that the Sony purchasing Crunchyroll might not go through, since the U.S. Department of Justice is extending an antitrust probe, which it'll probably still go through, but this article is like, oh, I don't know. Is it gonna happen or isn't it? I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on that? I hope so. Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely don't want Sony to own all anime, but I don't think it'll be that easy to prevent them from buying Crunchyroll. I actually didn't mind Crunchyroll so much. Like, as far as their website and their streaming service and all of that, I preferred Crunchyroll over Funimation a lot of the time. I mean, the Crunchyroll originals, a lot of them were like really stupid, right? Right? It's true. They were reaching out to webtoons and these people who mostly just not mangas. They were trying to adapt into Crunchyroll original anime, which is not exactly what people are looking for, you know. But yeah. But the website it worked and operated fine. They had all these free episodes up, and they were easy to watch and binge. It's like Crunchyroll is fine. Yeah, it functioned better than Funimation. And yeah. The only thing I can really point out as being bad about Crunchyroll is their choices in what to invest for Crunchyroll originals. Because obviously the High Guardian Spice thing was absolute bullshit. And that trailer that they released for it, it was such poor timing, and it revealed nothing about the show that they were creating. It was just all bad. It's all bad, right? But I also saw like some decent Crunchyroll originals. And I saw way worse Crunchyroll originals. And I don't know. I also feel like while it could make sense to want to make animated versions of webtoons, a lot of webtoons are just really bad. A lot of them get their audiences from like really young audiences, which is fine, it's fine. But I think that people lower their expectations for a lot of webcomics, which is also fine. I'm just saying they're not good. That's just my point. It's just like most webcomics, they're not very good. You know how I feel about webcomics, so don't act surprised when I say these things. Hey, what's up, Eric? He's saying hello to everyone. See? The zombie boyfriend webcomic is good though. I don't even know what you're referring to. When I hear zombie boyfriend, all I can think of is that one movie. What's it called? Warm Bodies. That's it. The zombie romance movie. Oh my gosh. There's so many things wrong with that premise. Oh, girls falling in love with monster dudes? Hell yeah. Let's do a rotting corpse next. That shit's sexy. All right. I think we've people already put it in the comments beforehand. Yeah, Warm Bodies. Even the title, it's like, zombie sexy. Jeez. Twilight ruined monster movies. Oh, fuck, man. That's such a trope, too. In all of those, like, really sexy sex type girly novels that are trying to sell to middle-aged women who are horny. They always have to do with like some kind of supernatural boy toy, right? He's always got to have a thing about him. He's always got to be a monster or a shapeshifter or I don't know. But goddamn. Love and Monsters looks good. I don't know, man. Can't say I know that one. Yeah, Netflix over Twilight now. Oh my gosh. Twilight went in a really weird direction because at first it's like, oh, sexy sex, falling in love with a vampire. And I'm okay with that part. The part where they started losing me is when, they get a whole plot behind it. And they're like, oh, now it's more than sexy sex. Now it's like family and fighting and stuff. And then you get around to the end of Twilight. And it's like, hey, remember that love triangle, that sexy sex love triangle? Now the other guy is in love with her baby. Oh, yeah, prepubescent. Then it's like, stop the world, I want to get off. I'm at, okay. This is way, it's far past the peak, you know? It's too much. It's too much now. Shrek had a better love story. God, I want to get off. Yeah, that's just really weird. Imprinting, of course, yes. Totally innocent imprinting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The fact that they even called it imprinting, that's... I don't like what that implies. Okay. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Patrick. Imprinting doesn't mean falling in love necessarily. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It seemed like love. Oh my gosh. The scene in the actual movie was like very reminiscent of, you know, those classic Goofy scenes where the guy and the girl run across the beach into each other's arms. That's what it felt like. Oh boy. Have you seen the Snyder cut yet? No. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need 3 hours of my time flushed down the toilet. It's good. I'm not into... I mean, most people didn't like the Justice League movie. That's fine. It's whatever. But I don't know if I would like a 3-hour version of it any better. You know? I don't actually know that I would fix the problems. Oh, thank you for the $5 donation. Will the wokeness ever end? Good question. Time will tell. It's really thing. It's 4 hours actually. No. If you split it up into 2 movies, maybe it would make more sense. And I guess that's what he wanted to do originally. But now that they have it on HBO Max, they just put it in one movie. It's like, no, don't do that. At least have the courtesy to split it up. 3 hours and 52 minutes if you skip the credits. So good. You can save a couple minutes. But, yeah. I mean, it probably is better, but it probably wouldn't do anything for me. Because there's a lot of things that other people like in superhero movies that I don't. Or there's a lot of other superhero movies that people think are like super good, and then I watch it and I'm like, it's okay. Probably wasn't worth 4 hours, but it's okay. It has its sections. It has sections. It needs to have sections. I mean, like, I avoided watching Lord of the Rings for most of my life because it was so damn long. And when me and my boyfriend finally did like watch Lord of the Rings together, we had to dedicate like a weekend to it. You know what I mean? Even then, we like needed breaks in between. We needed to take notes to remember everything that happened. I'm joking, but you get my drift. Hey, thanks for the donation. The first time I've seen he's on Stratus in the chat. You're really cool, and I like your videos. Aw, that's very nice. I like getting nice comments. That makes me feel better. Regular extended versions? Of course, extended versions. My boyfriend's a huge fan. He's not going to watch it with me unless we can watch the extended. But I mean, you know, the good thing about Lord of the Rings, at least, is that they split it into 3 movies. Yeah, 3 movies, right? Because the next one, it had like a part 1 and a part 2, right? 2 or 3 movies. It was one of them. I mean, really, it's like 2 parts, but Or was it 4? Damn, I don't even know, man. That weekend was a blur. We just kept on putting DVDs in. It's too much. It was a good movie, though. This Lord of the Rings was good. There were 3 movies? Yeah. Okay, so good. Because I thought that the second, it was split up into 2 parts. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, I did like Lord of the Rings, but it required dedication to like it. And I'm just not sure if I would like Justice League enough to dedicate 4 hours of my time to watch it, you know? But I don't know, maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll look back at it, watch an hour at a time. Maybe if the long movie was in anime form. I do love animated movies, of course. I love anything animated. Unless it's badly animated. Then it's just sad. Have you mentioned other people in this chat? Oh, you use the @ symbol and then you type in their username. And then it'll highlight. Don't ever watch the Hobbit movies. Oh, I didn't watch the Hobbit. I just watched Lord of the Rings. No, yeah. Adam was good about telling me that I should never look at the Hobbit. Ever. All right. I guess we're done talking about topics. Now it's just going to be reading chat time because I don't think there's anything that interesting going on online right now. This is the part of the stream where we pray to the gods. You know, this is a really cool candle. They they put the candle wax in a coconut shell. But it's such a missed opportunity that it's not scented like the beach or anything. It has no scent to it. It's like, what's the point of lighting a candle with no scent? You know what I mean? It's like it immediately loses so much appeal the moment that it doesn't have scent to it. Like, what am I lighting this for? Light? No one uses candles for a light source anymore. I want scents. Oh. So, I guess there are some news going on here. Hey guys, how do you feel about this? Sylvester Stallone is voicing King Shark in Suicide Squad. I dig it. If there's a character called King Shark, Sylvester Stallone. You gotta get him. Oh my gosh. I've got to hear an audio clip with that animation. That's intriguing. The trailer looks like doo-doo. Oh, I'm sure. I'm not going to watch the movie. I just want to see his voice on that King Shark. That's all I want. Oh, who cares about the movie? King Shark is a shark. You're right. Only sharks should voice shark characters because that's it's more appropriate. In fact, it's quite insulting. Sylvester Stallone voicing shark. I guess he does have like kind of that low tone grouchy voice that could work. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what his performance sounds like voicing King Shark. Gargara. I don't know who that is actually. I'm a Sly fan. Oh, Syl. Now he's in both Marvel and DC movies. Was he in a Marvel movie? I don't know. Yeah, King Shark is good, I think. Or at least a version of him. Oh, it's a Hollow Live VTuber. That's weird. I see. You know, is it that anime girl who like dresses up as a shark? Because I see that girl around. I just don't know anything about them. I don't know like their name or yeah, I think that's who you're referring to. You're referring to the anime girl who has like the shark onesie, right? Or maybe it's not a onesie, maybe it's just a hoodie. I've seen like so much fan art of that VTube, and you know, I just see them being used as memes all the time, but I don't know anything about them. And I guess that's part of the bad thing about becoming a meme is that people know it visually, but they don't actually know the name. Like they don't know how to find you. They just know that a picture of you online exists, and they use it for the dank memes. Do you like Vinland Saga? I did not watch I watched a little bit of Vinland Saga, but I did not see the whole thing. I did buy the manga for Adam, and he said it was okay, but it wasn't really what he was looking for. So we never actually watched it together, which is, you know, that's how it works most of the time. Sometimes we'll like watch anime together and we'll be willing to take a risk for the anime being bad when we watch it together. Oh, the memories. But sometimes he watches something on his own. And then when I want to watch it, he's like, oh, I don't want to watch that with you because I already watched it. And it wasn't good enough to watch a second time. So I'm not going to watch it with you. It's like, fuck you. It is really irritating though when he watches shit without me. And then I can't watch it because now I have no one to watch it with and I don't want to watch things alone. Do you hate NGE ending? I don't understand. I don't understand the question. Yeah, we'll probably be wrapping it up. So that's fine. To those of you leaving the stream, goodbye and see you next time. Yeah, we'll probably wrap up the stream in about 3 minutes. So if any of you have like questions, I'm just chilling with the chat. No more topics. We're just gonna chill for the last few minutes. Okay? Neon Genesis Evangelon. I see. Okay. I didn't see the ending. So sorry. Yeah. That's another thing that me and Adam have to watch together. And he's just like, yeah, I don't feel like watching that now. Then he'll watch it without me. Great. We've also been trying to watch these other longer animes. Well, really, we're trying to finish them because we started watching them and now he's like, I don't want to watch that right now. I want to watch something stupid. So I've been watching the original Full Metal Alchemist anime with him. I've been watching Inuyasha with him. And we've been watching the Fruits Basket remake together, partially. I've been skipping episodes to help his psyche. But yeah, Inuyasha I feel like we'll never get back to because we keep on running into filler arcs. And I feel bad for making him watch filler arcs. Because, I mean, I think filler arcs in Inuyasha are okay for the most part. But it is a little bit irritating that Naraku just pops up. He's like, bye. And then, you know, it's just like a constant chase. And yeah. This is actually the first time I've been watching the original Full Metal Alchemist anime, because I actually watched Brotherhood first. So watching the original anime with him has been really interesting, seeing like how different the story is. But yeah. And thank you for the donation, Augustine. Thank you. I appreciate what you do. Your channel should have exploded by now. Well, that's kind of my fault. I'm not doing videos about very interesting topics. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for chilling with me in another Friday with Dannphan. Always appreciated. I feel very welcome. But we're going to wrap it up for now. Hopefully I can still make it to the post office before they close. So thank you guys for watching. I'll try to get some new videos out next week, or maybe even during the weekend if I'm feeling experimental, you know. Till then, have a great day, everyone. Have a great Friday. I'll see you